What's up everyone, this is George from Your Local Musician, and today what I want to talk about is how Anthology was created. How did this idea come about? Now it's quite a simple story. I started music when I was only 9 and now I'm 28 years old, nearly coming on to 29. And one of the first things that I did was I rapped at first, and then at some point I moved on to the guitar, and I became obsessed with people like Eric Clapton. I became obsessed with people like Stevie Ray Vaughan, John Mayer. I looked up to all these guitar gods, and I still do today. And the genre that they play in is obviously specified as blues, with obviously a mixture of pop here and there, and just sort of they combine the two an awful lot of the time. And one of the things that you'll often find in blues is that people do know an awful lot about music theory within those genres, but they never actually pay attention to it or really kind of use it when they're actually composing the genres itself. That's because the majority of those genres are just basically based off of feel. And if you have that skill to be able to do that, then a basic knowledge of theory will help you. But your knowledge of that will eventually become so advanced at one point that you kind of don't need it too much, but it does create a nice guideline for you to follow and helps you to easily create progressions and lead lines a little bit easier if you know the rules. If you know the rules, you can essentially break them at one point. So I wanted to create an educational tool for music producers that perhaps are just starting out and obviously don't know an awful lot about music theory, such as what chords fit into different keys. So I wanted to create an educational resource that could essentially just help music producers and artists and any kind of creative that needs this tool to easily learn it. And learn it in not so much of the traditional way of the treble clefs and everything like that, and everything that is deemed so relevant. This is kind of the way that I learn better. I learn better by visually seeing. So okay, so it's the key of F minor. What chords are within that? But there they are, and essentially build that memory up over time by just it becoming second nature, just because you've seen this so many times. So this is a tool that you can use over an extended period of time, and it's something that you can keep on coming back to for years and years on end. And we did it specifically for the electric guitar, just because electric guitar is used so much in all modern genres around, and it's just more fun for me. So if music theory is something that you want to learn and you want to easily be able to create chord progressions with very little thought and the real essential knowledge that you actually need to stay in key, well then Anthology is designed for someone that's just like you. And it's obviously not just the sounds in this sample pack that I want you to use. Obviously there's over 100 loops, there's 20 different pre-composed chord progressions. Obviously you get a free ebook. If you buy the pack within the first 2 weeks of it being released, I'll send you one of these, and then also put $50 back in your pocket with a gift card. But how I want you to use this pack in the future is obviously not just using the sounds within it, but I want you to take the knowledge that you extrapolate from the structure of something like this and be able to use those knowledge of the chords that are in different keys and obviously apply them to different instruments that you're going to put within your track. And obviously that kind of knowledge is something that's going to help you throughout the rest of your musical career. And that is really what kind of prompted me to actually create something like this, because I myself, even though I've got the musical theory sort of knowledge, I am very much a visual learner. I would like to see something like Anthology out there to just help rejig my memory sometimes as to what chord is within which key. And obviously because I know a little bit more than the average person, I can blend into other keys and bring in other chords there because I know the ins and outs of it. So I figured if I want something like that, maybe other people will too. So we set about trying to create it. It took nearly 9 weeks and it's finally done, and since you've seen this video, it's out there. So I really do wish that you do choose to obviously go and support it, because it's probably one of the biggest projects that I've ever actually taken on. And the creation of it was just so sort of drooling. We sat there for weeks on end just strumming chords and plucking chords And obviously that part was the creation of the tool. It's not necessarily the musical fun part. The musical fun part for us was actually obviously creating the loops within it. But the main bulk of this is obviously the chords, and that is the most useful thing that you can take away from actually using this pack. So guys, if you like videos like this, remember to hit the notification bell and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit all the buttons. And if you want to know more about Anthology and check it out, and possibly even scoopity doopity up, the link is down in the description below. I'll see you in the next one.